Čtvrtý den týdne, 9. večer, den pomalu doznívá a Jan Řepka ladí. Nalaďte se taky. Je čas oprášit zpěvník a zapomenutému vrátit hlas. Bez úprav a střihů, na dálku a přeci zblízka nesou se k vám zpěvy z půdy. Malý dům v ústraní, nad řekou ve stráni, kde v noci bývá tma a neslyšíš než les. Místo prosté jako den, ale čisté jako sen, do kterého bych se rád vracel ze svých cest. A teď mi pověz, po čem toužíš ty? Po bitevním poli nebo po útočišti? Já jsem doma všude tam, kde zakotví můj prám. Stejně dobře se mi spí v každé tišině. Čistá voda, klidný proud, žádné vlny přes houseboat. Věř mi, pra nic víc nepotěší mě. A teď mi pověz, po čem toužíš ty? Po bitevním poli nebo po útočišti? Jsme tu jenom na chvíli, nechránění motýly, křídla svázaná, pavučinou let. Poletujem sem a tam, nikdo nepomáhá nám, do umdlení hledáme svůj meduplný květ. Poletujem sem a tam, nikdo nepomáhá nám, do umdlení hledáme svůj meduplný květ. A teď mi pověz, po čem toužíš ty? Ahoj, kamarádi. Vítám vás u živého vysílání, které se jmenuje Zpěvy z půdy. Dneska je v pořadí 195. A já se jmenuji Jan Řepka a jsem tady s vámi dnes živě, aspoň na chvíli, na půdě své na půdě své půdy v Praze na Letné. Ať už posloucháte odkudkoliv, doufám, že se budeme cítit, jako by jsme seděli plus minus v jednom takovém obýváku, jako se teď nacházím já, jako se teď nacházíte vy. Pokud nesedíte zrovna jako posluchač Donald, který tak obvykle činívá v některém z restauračních zařízení, nebo nesedíte zrovna ve vlaku a posloucháte livestream ve svých sluchátkách na mobilu, jak je vám libo. Ale já bych byl rád, kdybychom se cítili, jako kdybychom se skutečně setkali. O to mi tady v těch streamech jde, proto to taky nepředtáčím, nenatáčím to jako podcasty dopředu, nestříhám to moc. A snažím se, aby to bylo živě. Vždycky se to ale nepodaří. Takový bude ten dnešní pořad. Ale než ho uvedu a než uvedu dnešního speciálního hosta, zahraničního hosta, tak bych chtěl jenom trošičku mírně navázat na ten minulý pořad, který se konal před týdnem 7. května, krátce po mém návratu ze švýcarské cyklotury, ze 14denního turné, které jsem podnikl spolu s Honzou Bartoškem po švýcarských luzích, hájích, jezerech a horách. A v rámci kteréžto nálady jsem před týdnem zpíval především švýcarské písničky, můžete se k tomu samozřejmě vrátit zpátky. Já jsem říkal, že ještě jsem nestihl minulý týden nějak probrat ty fotky všechny, ale teď už jsem to udělal, v podstatě celý týden jsem se tomu věnoval, nedělal jsem skoro nic jiného, než že jsem seděl u těch fotek. Ale teďka, co můžu udělat, je, že vás odkážu, až budete mít chuť, anebo třeba klidně i při poslechu toho dnešního streamu, proč ne, zabrousit v nějakém druhém okně na mé webové stránky, které se zovou, teďka doufám, že to tam dám správně takhle, ne, tady, jo, janrepka.cz, znáte to, úplně jednoduše, moje jméno .cz jsou moje webové stránky, já mám ještě klasické webovky a na těch webovkách teďka úplně na první stránce spolu s koncerty visí obrázek, který vám teď ukážu. A na ten, když kliknete, tak se dostanete na fotogalerii s 210 vybranými snímky z celých těch 14 dnů. A já vás srdečně zvu jakoby na tuhletu, do téhleté galerie, protože jsem si s tím dal trochu práci a nevím, jestli se takhle potkáme, abych vám k tomu něco řekl více. Takže můžete se podívat, jak jsme cestovali, kde jsme hráli, jak to vypadalo a tak. Autorem většiny ty fotek je Honza Bartošek a to třeba neplatí o té úvodní fotce, teďka ji uvidíte. To je takový úvodní slide, shrnující úplně nejstručněji, co jsme absolvovali. Jak vidíte, jedna fotka vydá za 1000 slov, takže já k tomu snad ani tu komentovanou besedu dělat nebudu. Uvidíme, možná, že na podzim přeci jenom uděláme ještě jeden švýcarský koncert k 10letému výročí vydání Rozjímání o sendviči. Uvidíme, nechám to zatím otevřené, ale teďka můžete navštívit zpětně celou naší túru, i když jste se jí třeba přímo nezúčastnili, takže to je věc, na kterou jsem nechtěl zapomenout, chtěl jsem ji dneska vypíchnout ještě předtím, než se pustíme do toho dnešního pořadu. Dnešní pořad je předtočen, protože můj host se vyskytoval v Praze v únoru jenom 1,5 dne a jeden den strávil tím, že hrál na koncertě v kafe v lese, myslím, že to bylo, v čítárně Unijazz to bylo, spolu s mými dobrými kamarády a kolegy Luz van Schaik a Honzou Bartoškem, jehož jméno už tu dneska padlo. Takže vlastně ten Honza s tou Luz jsou takový spojovníci k tomu mému dnešnímu hostovi, který se jmenuje Rob Clamp, pochází z Velké Británie a já jsem využil té jeho přítomnosti zde a ten pořad jsme přetočili výjimečně ráno, ostatně odkazem na to celý ten pořad začíná, tak že to bude mít i takovou jako trochu jinou náladu, protože to není v 9 večer, ale je to natočený v 10 dopoledne. Nebude to mít 1,5 hodiny, jako moje obvyklé streamy, bude to mít jenom hodinku a bude to převážně v angličtině. Tak doufám, že to snesete, že si to užijete, protože Rob je velký sympatiák a já jsem si to moc užil. A že se zapojíte v chatu, protože já tam teďka budu taky a budu si vás tady kontrolovat a budu s vámi si povídat v chatu a budu se na to dívat spolu s vámi. Takže já to teďka pouštím, přeju vám příjemný večer, děkuji všem mecenášům z minulého týdne, bylo vás 8 a to je nadprůměr, takže já si toho velice cením. Pokud se vám bude líbit dnešní pořad, můžete ho také podpořit a jinak se uvidíme za týden živě s Petrem Bublákem, tady v mém studiu, především elektrickým kytaristou a budeme zpívat a hrát písničky Boba Dylana, který se za týden a něco dožije 85. narozenin. Takže to je ode mě dneska živě všechno a teďka se vrátíme o 3 měsíce zpátky a pustíme si tu hodinku s Robem Klempem. Tak, teď doufám, že to poběží. Wow, in the morning. Do you like morning radio shows, right?
It depends on how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to have the right energy sometimes for the morning.
How do you feel now?
I feel all right. I'll pick up as well. Like I generally, when it's one of those. I'm sure you're probably the same with music. It's like sometimes you're quite tired and then you go to play or do something and then you wake up quite a lot when it starts.
Well, it takes like 2-3 songs to.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be all right. But I feel pretty good. Yeah.
Dej mi najíst, já ti budu hrát, dej mi napít, můžu zaspívat, dej mi přespat ve své posteli, nevím jak ty, já o víc nestojím. Nejsem kytarový čaroděj, ani extra poeta a nedělám si nárok na díru do světa. Nejsem první, ani poslední, kdo k vám zavítal. Nevím jak ty, já zítra jedu dál. Ale nemusíš mít strach, že jsem na té cestě sám. Ať se vydám kam chci, někoho tam znám. Jak se ráno probudíš, už tu nebudu, nerad bych ti v obci utrh ostudu. Nech si svoje dary, já nechci odchodný, nevím jak ty, já chci být svobodný. Nevím jak ty, já chci být svobodný. Nevím co to je, ale chci být svobodný. Nevím, co to je, ale chci být svobodný. Juhuhu. Vítejte v dalším pokračování mého nekonečného seriálu Zpěvy z půdy, Singing in the Attic. Dneska to bude anglicky, protože můj host zatím neumí česky, je v Česku, myslím, podruhý a pochází z Británie, takže se budeme bavit anglicky, tak jak mi moje schopnosti dovolí. Doufám, že vám to nebude vadit. Zase je škoda nevyužít takové příležitosti, máme-li tady u nás projíždějícího muzikanta, jako je Rob Klemp.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to
Appreciate
meet you.
It. No, it's nice
It's
to be here.
early in the morning.
It is early.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yes, too early for most musicians.
How
maybe.
do you feel about singing a couple of songs?
I can do that for sure. It's getting me to stop playing music. That's the problem, really. But yeah, I'm happy to play for you.
I'm happy to host you.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking for a couple of songs of yours. Rob Klemp.
Mama told me to hold while I was letting her go, to wake up from an American dream. I never wanted to call when I started to fall off the map that I was trying to see. Oh, I'm a lover, not a leaver. Oh, there's nowhere to hide. Don't let them catch you with the teacher. They'll take you out for a ride. There's no need for education when you're already stationed on the edge of what they're calling the West. There's a snake in my boot, and I'm cutting loose before they put me over the parapet. How I miss the concertina and the songs that we played. I'm not a lover or a leaver, I'm a Swiss Army blade. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Will the bells start ringing when we stop bringing them home? Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone. There's no room for condemnation when you're meant to be patient, running down the former years of your life. I'm not scared of infiltration, I just don't want to face him while he's got that kind of look in his eyes. How I long for Minnesota and her 10,000 lakes. I'm just a kid from South Dakota, don't tell me how to behave. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Will the bells start ringing when we start bringing them home? Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone. Charlie wants to come to my 21st birthday. These idiots picked on a real life cowboy. Charlie wants to come to my 21st birthday. These idiots picked on a real life cowboy. So what are we fighting for? I don't want to take any more. Will the bells start ringing when we start bringing them home? Alone, it's all we know. But don't you worry, we'll be back before you know that we're gone. Back before you know that we're gone.
What a beautiful melodic voice you have.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
When was it that you discover that or your environment discovered that you have
what the
something?
I don't know. I think I've been singing since I was about 15 or 16. I was quite late to singing, but I've always had a bit of a deep voice. But my older brother is a musician, and we have a similar sounding kind of talking voice. Our singing voices are different.
Yeah.
But people would say like, oh, you know, it sounds like you should be talking somewhere or doing something. So maybe that got me singing. I don't know. And now, the singing all the time and the playing. So
was your brother playing some instruments, singing before you?
Yeah, so he originally played the cello when he was about, I think, 8 or 9 years old. He played the cello and then went into the bass and the guitar and drums and piano. He can play all kinds of instruments. But I just basically, kind of looked at him and said that's something that I want to try to get to, you know what I mean? But my thing was always the songwriting. Whereas he was, at the time, he was a bit more of a session musician. He writes a lot now, and he has done his adult life, but when we were younger, he was just such a brilliant musician. That was who I was looking at. So.
What was your main hobby before you start singing at 15?
Football all the way. Yeah, I wanted to be a football player. I wasn't good enough, you know what I mean? But
I played football for maybe 2 seasons when I was a little boy, but now I don't follow really.
Okay.
But if I'm not wrong, you come from Southampton.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And there is some football in Southampton.
There is some football in Southampton. Yeah.
I'm not very well in Premier League, but I heard the name Southampton.
Well, it's probably. I mean, it's been a difficult couple of seasons, but I mean, I played my entire kind of life really. Since I was old enough to kick a ball, I've played football up until about 2 years ago. So I've played a lot. But my football team is Notts County, who are in Nottingham, and they're quite a lot further down the football pyramid. So if you don't know much about Southampton, you are less likely to know a lot about Notts County. But
that's the place you come from.
No, it's where my dad is from. So my dad is from Nottingham. So he kind of cursed me with a lower league team. But there you go. That's how it works. Follow in your father's footsteps. So. And
then you were 15, and the music take up.
Yeah, I mean, I got an injury playing football, and I was up watching the Super Bowl, the American football, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were playing the halftime show, and it was literally like a switch going off. I saw Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and I was like, and I just immediately was like, wow. Next day, I started trying to learn the guitar. And then I went from there. But I'm entirely self-taught because I felt like I was too old to have music lessons at the time. Because most people at my school anyway, if you were going to learn the guitar or something, you would start at 11 or 12.
Or 7.
Or 7, right. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, when did you start? Because that's kind of the problem I had. I'm just self-taught, so... I
wouldn't call it a problem. There's a lot of autodidacts there that develop their own super cool styles.
Well, it means I can, I probably play in a slightly different way to most people because of that. So, but it wasn't planned.
So you learned from your masters like Tom Petty, watching his videos and some other songwriters maybe.
Yeah, I mean...
Or your brother?
Yeah, well, I didn't... Funnily enough, my brother was... Because he was out playing music so much, I kind of just would sit at home, and my favourite band when I was younger was Blink-182, so I grew up kind of learning the riffs, but then trying to make it sound... I guess sound kind of warmer on an acoustic guitar because it's quite a pop punk band. But then I got into people like Ben Howard and the Goo Goo Dolls and Mumford & Sons, all kind of came through a few years later. Right. And the Goo Goo Dolls have been around for longer, but they all have this kind of, they have lots of interesting tunings on the guitar. But maybe I was lazy, but I didn't want to tune the guitar in different ways, so I try and make quite a warm sound without changing the tuning. So that's why it comes out.
I use standard tuning also.
Yeah,
most of the time. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to say it's interesting because you have such a beautiful, rich sound, and there's a lot of musicians who obviously change their tunings up, and that's fair enough. But for whatever reason, I never got round to it. I'm guessing you're the same.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Whilst you're still writing in standards, keep going.
Would you sing us some warm song?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, of course I can. Let's see how we go with this.
How's it called?
This is called My Father's Son.
on.
I haven't cried in 7 years. I haven't rubbed salt into wounds. I haven't felt the touch of my one true love. But my father tells me that I'll make it through. I haven't heard the sparrow call. I haven't read the Bible yet. I haven't understood the politics of life. But my father tells me that I'll pass the test. And as the days pass, I know the nights will hold me still. Not all good things last, but the memories always will. I've been around the world and back. I've seen the sunset in the east. I floated west as the whales swam south. That's something that my father wants to see. I've stood in silence with the stars, out where the city lights can reach. I've taught myself to forget what I can't control. But my father says that's something you can't teach. And as the days pass, I know the nights will hold me still. Not all good things last, but the memories always will. And I know you can't pick the place you're from, but you're in control of the road you're on. I haven't run away from home. I'm just afraid I can't go back. The ups and downs that I have found in 7 years. But my father says, son, I'm still your dad. Thanks.
You have an interest since I just watched your right hand.
Yeah.
And I was not sure while you're playing if you have a pick or not, but you don't. You use your first
yeah,
as a pick, kind of.
Yeah, basically. It means that I can kind of flick between the two kind of styles quite easily.
Also,
yeah.
And just fingers, yeah.
But it's also I sometimes use the thumb as well. It's where my thumb has got really hard.
Yes. Yes.
But like it's just so yeah, I guess it probably sounds like it's a pick now, but it's and I just wear down my nails
very cool.
and do that. No, thanks,
very cool,
man.
very rhythmical. I see also in your videos that you use in this box is called.
Yeah, so I have a drum that I put under one foot, and then I normally play with a tambourine under the other as well.
So, you have
so it's I can do the whole. Yeah, I can go.
It was not usual to see it here really in my environment. Let's say on folk scene at all.
Yeah.
I think first time I saw it was on a concert of Seth Lakeman.
Yeah.
If you know him.
Yeah. I played at a festival that he played at earlier this year.
It's more than 10 years, I think. I visited his concert here.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
And it was just Phil and the Stonebox.
Yeah.
And he also played the baritone guitar.
Yeah.
That. And it was so much dynamics in it.
Yeah. It's really interesting because like when I play, I can do like a folk trio, and it almost sounds like, I've been told it sounds like a full band, because it's just, all it is a kick drum, a tambourine, and then that's the percussion. But it fills out the sound so much where I then have just violin and banjo. And when Seth Lakeman plays, I think now, at least when I saw him a few weeks ago, he plays as a trio, and he is playing either the fiddle or the violin or the baritone guitar, and he has his drum, and then there's normally somebody either on keys or on like an accordion, and then he has somebody else playing a guitar, and that's pretty much it. But it sounds so full and so warm. It doesn't need much more. Yeah. And I guess from like speaking to another musician, it's like you could probably fit that all into one car, which is probably a good thing, you know.
If
so.
You have a car. Yeah. You don't. I don't know what the Honza and Luz told you about me, but my vehicle is bicycle.
Okay, right. Well, maybe, I mean, I can fit it into a rucksack and on a bag on my back, you know, so it's not too bad.
No, I appreciate it. And I also appreciate the musicians, they don't pre-record. I think it's also great to be able to do it on stage, but I personally prefer when it's just live. Yeah.
Well,
no loops, just live.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I did try the loop pedal. Have you tried a loop pedal?
No, not really.
No. So I tried a loop pedal because I just I think that I wanted to try and get more from my sound, if you get what I mean. Yeah. And it just didn't work for me. I think maybe it works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. It just didn't work for me. Yeah. And so I just, I didn't spend much money on the loop pedal, fortunately, but I ended up not using it. And it's way more fun because I can improvise a lot easier. So if I want to keep going, or if I'm playing with, a violinist or somebody else, then I think if you have a loop pedal, maybe you have to stop or re-record something, or whereas for this, you can just literally let the person play and you can carry on like a normal drummer would. And you get used to it as well, so it's quite nice, especially for really long sets as a solo musician. It helps a bit with the variation, so that you're playing for if you're playing for longer, I think that can help, especially towards the end of a set where you want to pick the energy up. Sometimes I use it too much now, though, so I need to stop with the foot percussion, I think. But
depends on the environment.
Yeah, maybe.
What kind of venues are you playing? Like most likely.
So
it's all different. Probably,
it varies. I mean,
what do you prefer, like small cafes or like higher podiums, or?
I mean, it depends. So I have a band back home as well, and they, to be honest, I prefer playing with them just because it's the company. It's just much more fun to play with other people. So in that sense, I would much rather play on a slightly bigger stage. But there's something really interesting and fun about playing in a unique, intimate space where you can do the storytelling and you can put across everything that you have put into the music. So I still love it. When I'm touring across Europe, I'm playing in a variation of like music cafes and small music venues. And then there's a couple of house concerts in there usually as well. But I kind of love that because it means that it's nice and intimate, and I can put across the feeling in the music. Whereas if you play on a bigger stage, sometimes it feels like it's quite hard to, I don't know, introduce an emotional song and have it connect in the same way that it does, especially when you're on your own. I think there's something more compelling to me of seeing, one person stand there on their own and tell an emotional story and then sing the song. Whereas if you tell an emotional story and then there's a big band and you know, big and loud, it still probably sounds great. But whether it will have the same emotional connection with me, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well, do you have any I don't know, good example that we can know here that was kind of teaching you how to? I mean, I get inspired by masters, right?
Yeah.
By my favorite, let's say, Czech singer-songwriters,
Yeah.
or also foreign singer-songwriters, and you're just trying not to imitate, but to take the bits of
that you
what
like.
you like, right?
Yeah.
Can you name some of them, or
I mean,
in this more storytelling solo songwriter scene?
Yeah, I mean, like it's funny because I've listened to a lot of Bruce Springsteen, but I've probably listened to his live albums more than I've listened to his recorded albums, because he still tries to do storytelling even in the big stages. But he's got, I think there's an album he did where it's from, like, I think it's somewhere in the 70s, it's somewhere in New York where they recorded him and the E Street Band, but they did a stripped kind of, it sounds stripped anyway. And I've listened to that a lot because he does a lot of the storytelling and introducing the songs in certain ways that just comes across really compelling. And even when he's on much bigger stages, he still tells the story. So I look at him a lot. The Lumineers, who are another kind of, I guess they're probably not far off of trying to emulate a lot of that kind of thing as well. They originally started out doing kind of, at least as far as I'm aware, I think they started out doing independent tours where they would go around and do this kind of thing. They'd play in small venues and they would stand on tables and tell stories and sing songs together. And I just think that creates an atmosphere and a space where you can continue to do that and build it. So I still look at them. They tell stories really well. And Jason Isbell, who is another Americana singer-songwriter who, I guess if you've seen the film A Star Is Born, then you've probably heard Jason Isbell's music.
I hadn't.
No, but it's but he's a brilliant writer.
All right.
But his songs probably tell the stories, I would say.
That leads me to a question: is there another group of singers, interpreters, who don't say a single word? They sing a song after song after song.
Yeah.
It's also great. It depends on who it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably Jason Isbell. He just when you see him live, he just goes up and he does talk a bit, you know, but his songs have so much. They say so much that he doesn't need to say that much about it, you know. And you kind of, they're so direct and to the point that they get. You understand what he's talking about straight away. Would you say your songs are more like lyrical than epical? I would probably say so. I've spent a lot of time working on the lyrics, but it's difficult because it's not on me to judge my own music. You know what I mean? You're probably the same. Like, sure. It's like when somebody says, "Can you describe your music to me?" and you're like, "I don't know how to do that." If you get what I mean. Whereas I could ask somebody else to describe it for me, and I'd probably feel more comfortable hearing what they have to say about describing me than I would describe myself. I always find that quite tough. Well, I have some questions maybe after next song. I'd like to ask you about one name, if you eventually met him or know him, because I think it's a songwriter that is who sits in the Isle of Wight. Okay. Isle of Wight, yeah. Wight, which is it's right next to Southampton. Just across the right. The water from Southampton. His name is Paul Armfield. Armfield. I recognize the name. Very, very fine songwriter. Yeah. Very nice guitar picking. He whistles very nicely. Yeah. He has very gentle songs. Yeah. He's a generation older than us. Yeah. But I can recommend. Okay. Yeah. I once had the opportunity to host him here in Prague. I ran an open mic scene for 10 years in Prague. Yeah. Not anymore, but at that time, and it was one of my favorite guests, really. No way. Yeah. Paul Armfield. I will have to go back really. Yeah, for sure. Fine songwriter. Nah, the whistling is something I need to work on. I think I know that you can whistle.
Thank you.
I'm jealous of that.
Don't be jealous.
No, I can't whistle and I can't wink either. So useless at talking to women. So there you go. But
I cannot remember a single song in English. So I'm jealous. Sing us another song.
Another
of yours,
song.
please.
Okay. Bear with me a second. Abracadabra, dazzling dust, lost in the woods Alice told me to trust. Heart on the line, rattling bone, dare me to dream while I'm dancing alone. And as the waves come in, the whole world goes still until they wash me away. The white rabbit runs for the time of his life. He wouldn't know how to leave me behind. Caught on his own, lost in the sticks, nothing a single more whiskey won't fix. And as the waves come in, the whole world goes still. And as the waves come in, the whole world goes still. Yeah. I couldn't help myself, I was someone else craving the chase. I ain't had enough, I've given up, I found my peace beneath the waves, but they don't wash me away. But they won't wash me away. But they won't wash me away.
Here, it's not so common that let's say, especially songwriters, like where the focus is much on lyrics, you know, that they would play abroad. Of course, it's a matter of the language, Czech. It's not understand. But I want to ask you somehow, I don't know how exactly, but your home is England, right? They say like first be star in your local community, then go to the next city, you know, then maybe try London, and then eventually if you're like big, then travel abroad. You're touring now, especially Germany, Austria. You had one concert in Prague yesterday. What draws you out of England? What is your ambition in this sense and your experience? If you can compare somehow.
I mean, the only thing that I want to do is play music. You know, I think that's what it comes down to. And I think if you want to play original music, you have to keep playing in new places to help build an audience. I understand that people want to, like, it's not important to me whether I'm famous or whatever, you know, that doesn't really matter. I just want to play live. So if I can get the opportunity to go and play and travel somewhere new and meet nice people, why would I not do that? You know what I mean? I think for me, I played a lot locally in Southampton. And then it was kind of this decision of like, right, do I move to London or Brighton or Bristol or Manchester or Liverpool? You know, not that there's anything wrong with Southampton, but there are cities that are known as thriving kind of music scenes. And that's what quite a lot of people do. They just move to London and try and then do more in London. But I really like where I live. So I wanted to stay where I live. And then just travel. So I just go away kind of. I'm away a lot from Southampton, having said that, but that's the thing.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe I will still keep the language question, because I guess you would like to be understood also what you are singing, not just, I mean, your voice and play is already appealing, but I mean, it's hard for, at least for me, and I can speak English, but just to listen to a song for the first time, I'm not really listening what's about, right?
Yeah.
How important
I need to
is
write
this
some songs in
understanding for you? You play a lot in Germany, they probably have better skills, I don't know, than we here. But are you counting on that the audience like understands, or you don't mind, or what's your... Or have you eventually tried to sing some of your songs in the language of the country you play in?
So that's something that I'm aiming to try to do. The problem I have is that when you are telling stories and introducing songs, it's quite... You really want to get the correct meaning across. So it's probably more important that I say exactly what it means. So until I'm fluent in German, then I probably won't introduce the songs in German, because I don't want to say the wrong thing about a song. Not that I've written anything bad or anything, but that's the problem, really. I don't want it to come across the wrong way. I don't have, I make a point of saying in my music, all of the songs have a story behind them. So I love telling the stories. I guess when I'm in Europe, I try and speak slightly slower to try to help. I need to improve, like, I'm aware of that. But sometimes it's difficult, because even when I'm in Germany, sometimes when I try to speak German, people will still speak English back to me, you know. So I need to get better. Like, it's my fault, if you get what I mean. And I think it's really important that we have musicians who are singing in their native language. I think that's so important. I'm not. It's kind of ironic, but I'm not a massive fan of the idea of English-speaking music being played in every country. You know what I mean? Because you need to have, as far as I'm concerned, you need to have the Czech language on the radio and the German language on the German radio. You know, I think it's really important you have that. That's a cultural thing. It shouldn't be just American and English singer-songwriters. There needs to be like this important connection, and I've said for quite a long time.
I guess it was also a show business, like politics. After the revolution here in late 80s or 90. The market got open, and it was uncontrolled, and it influenced also the cultural market, or the cultural scene, music scene. So there would be like private radio station coming in, and all America, Universal Music, and it was pushed with money, and then
Well, that's kind of it. I think, back then, obviously, that's where all the money was. It was coming. True. It was coming from those big record labels. And there are some great songs in there. Granted, of course there are, but I do think it's important that musicians like me, when we come to other countries, we don't expect people to, just turn around and just react necessarily. I know that there will be some people who won't be able to listen because I'm playing in English necessarily.
Well, they can listen, but they
might not
maybe
understand.
not understand everything.
Yeah.
But going back to this, let's say the choice of countries you play in, is it your choice, or is Germany like the natural first choice from going to the old continent from England? I don't know really.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't. I didn't really plan just to go to Germany. I think basically about 4 years ago.
Or is it the story of Beatles that like started in Germany?
Well, yeah, well, I mean,
what is it?
there's part of that, I think. I think that, you know, when I was at school, I learned a little bit of German and Spanish, and I've traveled quite a lot. I've done a lot of like backpacking in my late teens and early 20s, and I just wanted to travel and play in new places whilst playing music. I'd heard that there was a really good kind of folk scene, or singer-songwriter scene across the Netherlands and Germany, and a lot of northern France as well, Belgium too. But I basically saved up as much money as I could, and I bought a van and I drove across. And I had a friend who was living in Germany who helped me book some shows. Loes van Schaik and Honza Bartoszek, they helped me book a show in Prague as well. But the van broke down in Germany, so I got kind of stuck. So I just went around playing, you know, open stages and all kinds of anything I could, open mics and just everywhere, and tried to get house concerts and more stuff. And so off the back of that, for whatever reason, I got a lot more bookings, so most of my bookings came through Germany. So that's why I mainly end up going to Germany. But I want to keep playing in new countries. I played in Austria for the first time last year, and now I have 4 shows coming up this week in Austria. So hopefully I'll get to play there more. I want to play more across Czechia. You know,
Czechia is really welcome into. I would think there is a good chance that you can play some festivals here. I don't know. I remember when I was a little bit younger, there was this huge. I don't know how to say that. There is a big festival called, not a big festival. It's a very good festival.
Yeah.
In the middle of Czechia, that is called Folk Holidays.
Okay. Yeah.
Folkové prázdniny, and they really like to bring artists, like they prefer kind of world music, but they have a special affirmation to Irish songwriters.
Okay,
Especially Glenn Hansard, who they, I don't know how, but they invited him for the first time.
Nice.
And then he met this Marketa here, you know, in Moravia, and this whole story, and he would like invite his friends from Ireland next year.
Okay.
And it was kind of this is the very
connection,
very living connection.
Yeah.
It's been around, I don't know, 2008, 2007, I don't remember exactly.
I'll check it out then.
But it's an interesting story. And then he would come every year with friends or alone, or with other friends, usually from Dublin or
I mean, there's Irish folk musicians. I'm yet to meet an Irish folk musician who isn't in it just for the music. You know, they seem to just have such a good time traveling and embracing cultures, and just a great bunch of people. I'm not surprised that someone like him would come to and end up coming every year. That sounds very much. I've never met Glenn Hansard, but he's an amazing songwriter, but he's meant to be a top guy as well. So that's
very right. I would say play, please, because you're leaving for Linz. Play one more your song, and then we can maybe end up with one song together.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do you have an album that or?
Yeah.
Well, I show the link to your webpage, right? Where our listeners can find more.
Yeah. There's so I have
these are the alternative tunings, right?
It's the plane. I had I had a busy day yesterday. I played in Dublin on Wednesday, and then I had to fly to Berlin and then drive to Prague. And passport control was entertaining, so the guitar was in its case all day, and I got to the show last night and it was just, the tunings were just all over the place. It's meant to be standard tuning, so it's but there you go. But yeah, I have my album.
I thought the Martin guitars are tuned from the factory.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a brilliant guitar, you know, I can't complain, but it's probably my fault somehow. But yeah, I had an album which came out last year, and it's called Lost Soul. It's available everywhere, and I will have my second album coming out next year, so I'll be back in Prague to play again next year.
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to play a song which I wrote for my grandmother, and she like during the pandemic I went over to see her. It was her 89th birthday, and I think because she's our last remaining grandparent, she'd taken it upon herself to pass down some family history.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going through a very old photo album, and she's flicking through the pages, and she turns to a picture of a young man in First World War uniform, and that was the first time I found out I had a member of the family who had fought in the First World War. So I turn to her and I say, you know, like, why didn't you tell me? And she just looks down and she turns the next page, and I see why, because the same young man is stood in the same uniform, but this time he's stood next to a much older man. And my grandma says, you know, the older man there is that was your great-great-grandfather, and the young man next to him was his son, Jack. And they both went off to war together, and your great-great-grandfather came home alone. And it was a bit of a strange feeling, you know, because the message hadn't come to me. I guess because it was a difficult story to tell. But as I say, I try to make a habit of writing songs about things worth remembering, not things worth forgetting. So this is a song
like
for
Yeah.
a lot of people worth remembering. It's called All Quiet on the Western Front.
All quiet on the Western Front, where the wise men sing, and the fragile dawn. Blue lions pulling out their guns, way down by ice in the winter sun. And oh, you are dancing in the ashes they tore you to survive, and we saw through all your service medal jackets. They didn't give you the right. This all goes quiet on the Western Front tonight. Knife through batter on a nation's tongue, drawn out by fire as they wait too long. Pull your finger out to feel your thumbs, General Sir, on the Western Front. And oh, you are blowing out your matches. They for you wouldn't lie. When we saw through all your Oxbridge coloured badges, they didn't give you the right. This all goes quiet on the Western Front tonight. Chosen letters from the fallen sons to the parents who lost loved ones. Send more over when the morning comes, while you're 5 miles back from the Western Front. And oh, you are throwing back your glasses while they told you how to die. And we saw through all the bullets and the scratches. It didn't give you the right. As all goes quiet on the Western Front tonight. Oh, 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 oh. On the Western Front tonight.
I'm clapping.
Thank you.
I'm clapping. It reminded me. Last summer I hosted here, or I played 2 years ago in Osnabrück.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the birth town of Erich Maria Remarque.
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
wrote the book.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has a museum there, and
Yeah.
And I tried to connect somehow also. So I was searching about songs on the theme, or maybe about the book itself, and I found a song written by Elton John.
Right, yeah.
Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's All Quiet on the Western Front.
Is it? Man, there's
He wrote the music.
He
and
wrote
his,
the music.
His partner, he wrote lyrics, right?
Oh, right,
But,
okay.
But there is only one single live recording of this song. You can find it on YouTube.
Really?
I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's
a good song.
It's Elton John.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
of
it's-
course.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I mean, yeah, I would expect
Yes.
the standard is high when
Yeah.
it comes to that kind of thing. But
I
yeah,
don't know. It just reminds me.
no, there's a song by I think it's yeah. I mean, I supported a band called The Men They Couldn't Hang, and they do a version of the Green Fields of France, which is yeah. So I mean, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just feel like, yeah, if you can keep something in music, then you keep it in history. You know what I mean? That's the important thing. So it's good that that it still crops up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'd like to have a longer interview with you, or
Yeah.
maybe play more together. But
Yeah.
we see each other for the first time
Yeah.
today. Maybe next time you come to Prague.
Yeah. I'm up for that.
We should thank Luz and Honza
Of course.
for helping you being in Prague
Yes,
now. I
yeah,
think
definitely,
that's
yeah.
another story. We keep it for next time. This
Yeah.
Bulgaria story.
Yeah.
Let it go today.
Oh,
I wanted to
definitely.
ask you one more thing.
Yeah.
Watching or checking your schedule. In July, I think
Yeah.
you're playing as a support act for Richard Thompson.
Yeah.
How does this happen?
I don't know.
You know.
Well, I know how that happened. I was playing at I was just playing at a festival, and somebody came up to me and asked me if I wanted to play.
Somebody.
It was well, no, but it was quite a big festival, so it was. But they just came up and just said they thought I would be quite a good fit. So it's really cool to be invited to do that in. I think it's in Leeds. So
and it's a concert.
Yeah.
And you will play in the beginning.
Yeah, I think so. I think because it's there's I think it's partially for charity as well. So I get the impression that they were looking for someone who was a bit more unknown to come and open it. But I just I was delighted when they asked me. It was quite funny. It was quite a funny conversation because they said, "Hey, we're organizing this concert," and I was like, "Here we go." You know, if you've ever had that before, you're like, "What is this gonna be? Is it the corner of I don't know, somewhere?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, so we have Richard Thompson playing. Do you want to play?" And I was I was like, yeah. But it comes down to that whole, go and play everywhere you can thing. Because I think the stage I was on the main stage, but the year before I'd entered like some competition or something that was quite entertaining to play in. But it's like if you take every gig, the next thing might lead to something else, So it's one of those stories of, you know, I played probably 3 or 4 things to get myself to a show where somebody offered me that gig.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So I don't know. But it was quite funny.
Oh,
just do you want to open for Richard Thompson? I don't know if you would. And they were just really like, would you mind? Is it okay? And I was like, what? Of course it's okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You know?
Congratulations. And,
No, thanks.
Say warmly greetings from Prague.
I will do. It was funny as well because they said, you know, oh, you get a +1, and I had invited somebody to come and be my +1, and then he said he couldn't make it. He was on holiday or something because Richard Thompson broke his back last year. He was out of action for a few months.
Okay.
So the show got moved to this year.
When
but
is
I'm
it?
taking someone else now.
Do you have an extra ticket?
It's not anymore now. No, somebody else was. But it was quite a fun phone call because it was just like, oh yeah, if you want to come to this gig. And it's funny when you talk to your friends, and I think because your friends see you play all the time, you know. So for that show, everybody was like, oh, I can come to that show. So
Right. All right. Let's play a song to the end of another famous Lentman.
Yeah.
Easy, you know.
Yeah. He
I think I saw Phil Collins' concert in Prague, but it was behind the fans.
Right.
I didn't want to pay, but it was it was open air.
Yeah.
And you could kind of see from behind the fans.
Yeah.
So I went with my mom, I remember, and we were standing behind the fans and
I mean, he's just got a brilliant array of songs. I keep on thinking of like sometimes I do think that he's one of the people who everybody knows so many Phil Collins songs, but there's a handful of his songs that will, I think, stand the test of time, and he's one of those people that maybe he was around, like he was probably in his pomp, you know, in the 80s and the 90s, but he did things like he wrote the soundtrack to Tarzan. I heard a rumor that he got signed on. I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that he got signed on to do one song for the Tarzan movie soundtrack.
Okay.
And he was just enjoying himself, so he just made a whole album, and he didn't charge any more. That's what I heard.
I know this.
But which is just like such a cool thing, because to me that sounds like a musician's musician. You know what I mean? Like you sign up to a project and you just keep doing it for fun. But it's also a brilliant album. So it's what a guy.
Tarzan Collins. Okay. That's a nice ending.
Well, no, there you go.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, I will tune a little bit. Oh, we're out of tune now. Right. Well, I just take the guitar.
Yeah.
Put some bass to it, but it's fine.
I think it'll be fine.
Better.
Right, here we go.
he calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've nowhere to sleep. There's somewhere you can tell me." He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. And don't think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. And don't think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in paradise. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place, 'cause she didn't fit in there. And don't think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. And don't think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in paradise. Think about it. Oh, think about it. Twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. And no, think twice. It's just another day for you, you and me in paradise.
There we go. Nice.
Hey, thank you very much
Thank you so
for
much.
taking your time in this busy tour schedule of yours. You
Yo.
have 17 concerts in 19 days. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But I'm really, really glad to
So
have
keep
made it.
keep
Yeah.
in shape.
Yes.
Sleep well.
Yes. Yes. I will try and
Drink
find some
enough.
sleep.
And write carefully.
Yes, I will do. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
My
you.
guest was Rob Klemp.
Thank you.
Já se jmenuji Jan Řepka, tohle byly Zpěvy z půdy a já se těším na další pokračování. Pokud se vám líbilo, co jste slyšeli, podpořte můj pořad, protože bez vás to dělat nebudu. Dělám to hodně pro sebe, ale dělám to taky hodně pro vás. Takže vám děkuji za podporu a těším se na další nezávislé večírky pod hlavičkou Zpěvů z půdy. Dobrou noc.